Today, I'm going to be telling you guys how I changed my life 360 from being just that girl to be the woman that I am now. And in case you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Tosin. In case you've been here before, you already know. You are welcome back, Mario G. So, guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. It was my 31st birthday about a week ago, and I thought to myself, I am very different from who I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And I thought to just give you guys few tips that has worked for me in my self improvement journey, the things that I have changed actually from being that girl that didn't have focus, didn't have anything that she was looking forward to in her life to the woman that I am now. To be honest, the difference is clear. But before we go into it, in case you can hear any noise, I think I always say this all the time. There's a school just in front of me here, and I really don't know what they are doing because today's Saturday, and I don't know. Oh, it's 12 o'clock, so they do this prayer thing by 12. Yeah. So in case you can hear any noise, please, they are just being kids. They are playing, they shout. So please pardon me. Now let's get into the way I changed my life 360. The first thing I did to start my self-improvement journey was to picture and visualize the type of woman that I wanted to be. Now, you can't just say you want to be this type of woman and there's no vision, there's no picture to it, right? You can't just say, okay, this is what I want, this is what I want, the type of person I want to be, no extra details and nothing. Nah, it can't work, right? So I had extra details to it. I wanted to be focused with all the things that I do. At the time, I didn't really think I wanted to, I wasn't confident enough to say I wanted to pursue my dreams, which is obviously creating content, honestly. And I wasn't comfortable I didn't have the confidence at the time, but I was very detailed about other things, and most in particular, anything that I say I want to do, I have to be determined, I have to be focused, I have to be disciplined. These were detailed that I put or kept into the picture of me, the type of person that I want to be. And it's so funny because I don't think I had this in writing. I just had this in my head, and every time I pick her out, every time a picture comes to my head, every single time. Every time I want to work on something, a picture comes to my head. I'm always like, okay, this is what I want. Am I in line with it? And if you don't have a picture, you cannot change yourself. You can't be improved. I'm really sorry. I have to cut this thing in my hand because if I don't cut it, that's where my mind will be. But anywho, I had to picture myself, the type of woman that I want to be, type of person that I want to be, all rounds of my life, in my career, whatever it is that I do, business, in my family, the type of daughter, sister that I want to be, type of friend. I sat down and pictured everything. And it's also so funny because this didn't just happen in like a month, it happened in like over a year or two. I've been thinking about it. I've been like, I don't really like the way I am. I feel like I'm just a girl that doesn't have a focus. I feel like I was a girl that didn't have a focus. I was a girl that was scared of a lot of things. I had a lot of fears. I was also a girl that I had confidence, but I felt like I wasn't showing it enough. I wasn't sure in my confidence, if you understand what I mean. So there were a lot of stuff, from that girl. And I was like, no, I want to be better. I want to be a better girl in everything that I want to be a good grown woman. Like there was a picture I had in mind. I was like, yes, this is what it was going to be. So I had it detailed. I wanted to be disciplined, focused, right? And I also wanted to give myself grace, allow myself grow in the pace that I feel like I can grow. I had those details. I had a picture, even to what I wear and all that, detailed, very very detailed. Next thing I did was I worked on my confidence. Like I said before, I was just a girl who knew that she had confidence, but I felt like my confidence were really threatened by a lot of people that didn't tell it to my face, right? And for some reason, for me, for them to be comfortable, I had to shrink myself a bit, right? So I was like, no, I had to work on my confidence. If this is how I want to pull off to certain things, yeah, I'm gonna pull up like that. If this is how I think, this is what I think is my opinion, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense to you, it makes sense to me, right? I had to work on my confidence. I had to tell myself, oh, this is what I want to do. I had to be confident in everything that I was doing. If this is what I think about myself, I think about certain things, this is what it is. I'm confident in that, right? I had to work on my confidence in the way I carry myself. Like it became very, very changing. It really changed my life. I remember then in when I was in uni, actually went to a polytechnic, and my project supervisor, I think it was from there that I started saying that I think I'm great. Right? She personally told me that I could take our daughter to go shopping because she likes the way I dress. It blew my mind, first of all, because I was like, I just know how to put two and two together, and someone like that. And this is a woman that's high, like our level was really very high then when we were in school, and I really think our level is still high till now. But I felt very, I got home that day and I was thinking about it, that really, that means she must have been studying me over time and said that, oh, your dress sense is really good and all that. And I was like, oh, not me now belittling myself and thinking that, why is he looking at this mic is up, thinking that, oh, I just wear these things, just for my body, it doesn't really look great. And I'm like, no, I dress good, right? And it started from there. It wasn't just only about my dressing, it was about a lot of things, about the way I think. If I have an opinion and advice on something, I say it. If the person think is good, fine. If the person think is not good, that's okay. So I had to work on my confidence. I had to be bold. There's nothing I wear today that I'm not confident in. Trust me, there's nothing that I say today that I'm not confident in. I am so unapologetically myself because I worked together. This wasn't something that after what my teacher said, I just became confident. No, no, right? I had to work on my confidence, the things that I tell my mind that I am. I had to tell my mind that yes, this is what I am, right? No matter what anybody thinks about me, anybody thinks about the way I look, anybody thinks about my thoughts, or anybody thinks about myself as a person, what I tell myself is what is important. And it really changed my life. I became that girl that was bold, confident. If I say something, I'm saying it because I'm very sure of it. And if you like, you take it. If you like, you don't take it. It took me a lot to get here. And yeah, that's one thing I really did. Yeah, if you really want to work on your self-improvement journey, being confident, being bold will change your life. Honestly, it really will. Next thing was I had to work on my discipline. I had to dedicate myself, my life, into the person that I want to be. I had to dedicate discipline, determination into the type of person that I wanted to be. I had to be more intentional, more disciplined, more intentional. I tell you, sometimes I don't want to sit down here and film videos. Sometimes I cry myself to say that, why did I choose this life? Honestly. And sometimes I say, oh, business is crazy. But these are things that I want to be, right? So what I do is I focused on discipline, dedication into the person that I want to be. I'm not there yet. I'm going to tell you, I'm not there yet, but I see myself in the picture of the big picture, if that make any sense. I see myself graduating into the big picture, and I'm really happy about that because that took me a lot of discipline. A lot of discipline. I had to cut out so many things, I think, which I will get into later on. I had to cut out so many things to be the woman that I am now. I had to do a 360 mind, reset, mind shift into the person that I am now, into the fact that I am now focused, into the fact that I am now focused. I'm now a focused woman. I'm also a woman that is trying her possible best to be who she wants to be. Why is it looking like this mic wants to die? But anywho, to be the person that I want to be. I hear people tell me these days that, how did you get into the pact where you now have a lot of wisdom to say? This is not social media talking, I'm giving advice, right? I could literally just be discussing something with someone and someone's like, and sometimes I'm like, what am I saying that you're learning from? But it all came from experience. It all came from the fact that I had to give myself discipline to become to learn certain things in my own way, and I've just come to understand and see life differently. So there's a lot of discipline and focus that has to go into self improvement, into that person that you want to be. A lot of dedication, intentionality, a lot of closing your eyes to so many things because you are being disciplined, because you are being focused, and to work on the little promises that you give yourself. If you say you are going to do this, you do it, right? When you speak confidence into yourself, like I said in the last point. So a lot of dedication, intentionality had to go into the woman that I am right now. Like I said before, I'm not there yet, but if I'm to give myself a pass mark, honestly, I would give myself a 60 or 80, because it took me so much work to get into the woman that I am right now. So yeah. Next thing I had to do to change my life, give like a 360 on my self improvement journey, will be sieving people and things out of my life. Now I had to sit down and look at myself. Like I said, this wasn't something that I did in a month. It was something that I am still even doing, right? But to get to this point, it was something that I did for like 3 4 years thereabouts, and I had to sit down, I had to sieve, especially people. There were certain people that I had to, when you see things, the some things just go straight into the water, like the shaft. I had to just like throw the shaft away. I had to cut myself of doing so many things, right? So that I can sit down and be focused. Now, there's a difference between you being mentally focused and physically focused. You can be physically focused and you are not mentally focused. They are two different things, right? You can sit down here and film videos, but mentally, I'm not in the content creator, mental state, right? But I had to sit down, cut so many things off. What is that one thing that I did cut off? I would think I can really say would be visiting people. I used to be one person that used to visit people. Do you understand? Visit people. If people say, "Oh, come, let's go there," I'm going. Like, it was just really like I was very lost. I didn't know what I was doing with my life, right? But I sat down one day, and one day, one thing about me is when I put my mind on something, I say I don't want to do something. I don't want to know what's happened. Maybe my mom says, okay, calm down, or maybe God, right? That's like when I'll calm down. But if I have made up my mind to certain things and say I don't want to do this thing, I won't do it. So I had to cut off visiting people, because visiting people, I started to notice that I was becoming drained, right? Going to places that I really did not want to go. I had to cut off people pleasing. People pleasing really took my life. Like, it really took me out, right? It's not only going to places. People pleasing is as simple as there's a call coming to my phone. I look at it. Do I want to talk to this person? No, I don't. I don't pick the call. Right? People pleasing is as simple as that, right? I look at certain things. I'm like, if I do this thing, am I going to feel good about myself? If my mind is saying no, no, it is. But then I used to feel like, oh, if I don't do this thing, this person will think I'm a bad person. I was really into what people will think about me. Now I really don't care. Aside from age, it also came with the fact that I worked towards it, right? I used to have this little thought. If you do this, do you know what that person will say? Do you know what this person will say? And I kill it. I don't care what anyone is going to say. What I say is what is important. What do I mean? How do I see myself is what's important. If I do this thing, if I'm to question myself, come out of my body and look at this thing that I've done, what will I tell myself? That's what's important for me. So pleasing was something that was really, I needed to cut out. I cut it out, basic, like, unexpectedly. I stopped visiting people. I stopped doing things that I used to do. and it changed my life. It made me more focused into the things that I used to do. If I was still the girl that still used to visit people up and down, go here, act like I don't have a plan for my life, I won't have gone this far with my content creating. I won't even have the mind, because some of all these ideas, topics, come from the fact that I am calm. I could literally just be in the bathroom with a clear head, and something, a video, idea just comes to my mind. I sit down and film it. But if I am everywhere, I won't have them. I didn't have those mind at the time. But when I just said that, you know what, I think I can do better being by myself. If it's this solitude or something, being by myself, I think I can do better. And when I tried it for a couple of months, I was like, okay, yes, this is what it is. This is what it is, right? And I sat down and really focused on myself, sieve things out. What are those things that I do that I feel like is not giving me the good version of myself, that will not make me move forward? I save it out. Some of them took a long time, because if we talk about all this thing, generally we talk about relationship, we talk about friendship, we talk about personal life and all those things, right? Some of them took a while, but at the end of the day, we conquered it all, because it's not going to be an easy journey for you in your self improvement journey. Some people will say that you've changed. Some people might not be as close to you as they used to, and it's okay. There are some things that you do that you have to let go and things like that. So it was very important for me to sieve things away. I had to throw some things away. I had to, leave the good things, and just really worked on every aspect of my life to be the woman that I am right now. And I think that was what changed the whole thing for me. And I won't change it for anything in the world. Honestly, I really won't. The next one is, I always have a reality check on myself. I check and balance myself. Now, this one I say always because I still do it up to now. Like my last birthday, I sat down, talked to myself. What is that one thing that I feel like I want to do better with myself? What's that one thing that I feel like I'm slacking and being lazy at? What is that thing that I feel like I'm doing good, that I would like to just continue and stay on that part? I like to check and balance myself a lot. A lot. I don't need to ask anybody. I sit with myself and tell myself, okay, what is that thing that you are doing better? What's that thing that you need to do more? Not only for content creation, or every aspect of my life, to my fashion, to personal life, to my hygiene, to the way I look, to my skin, honestly, to my career, to my business, to my relationships. I'm always very important. I check and balance myself a lot. This has really changed my life. I won't say it's something that I do all the time, but when I have the opportunity to, like maybe when I clock a new age, or I'm feeling some type of way, I sit down and just like sit back. Okay, what's going on? What is that thing that I need to do more? Let me look at myself. What is that thing that I'm doing I need to do better at? Because honestly, if you don't do that, you will not grow. You will feel like you are doing the best thing ever, and meanwhile they're actually not. So I do that a lot. I check and balance myself a lot. What's that thing in my health? What's that thing I need to do better in every aspect of my life? And it really changed my life. Before, I didn't used to sit down and check and balance myself. I never used to. I'm really just thinking about it now. So what was I doing with my life at the time? Right. So I check and balance myself a lot. That's something that will really, really change your perspective on things, the way you see things, the way you move, your growth as a person. Honestly, you really need to try. The last thing is, I started praying for everything, anything, all things. Now, I don't know where I saw this quote. I'll see if I can leave it somewhere, where they say, start praying for the little things. I started praying about every single thing. Now, I don't know how else to say it, but I pray for the little things. Like, I'm stepping out, God. Please let me see boss immediately I go outside. Maybe you can see the sun now it's hot. Let me just see boss. And boom, it happens. You know, God, I want to start filming. Help me to know what to say right. Let my makeup come out great. God, I don't know what you have in plan, but I trust you. I don't feel okay. Like that quote really says it all, but I think I don't know if I can find it, but I'll put it there. It says pray about everything, pray about how you feel, right? I simply just say, God, see what that person said to me yesterday. Do you think it's good? I pray for every single thing, and it changed my life. Prior to now, I used to pray for only the big things, right? Let's say I was looking for admission. I pray God, please give me admission. I never used to pray that, God, please, you see that subject that I need to do perfectly well. Let me read it and do it well so that I'll get admission. That's a part of prayer that I feel like if I was that age then, if I was this age then, I would have actually pray about. I pray about the littlest thing. And you know what that did for me? It made me have peace of mind. It makes me to rest in God. I feel like a lot of us don't know how to tap in that. It's hard, trust me, for you to have things that you look forward to and they are not coming, and you know God is saying rest in me, like trust me. And you're like, okay. I will trust you. It took me a lot to get here. It took me a lot of, telling God every single thing about my life, praying about every single thing. It just really made me I think it added to my being a calm woman that I am now, right? Those days where I didn't used to pray about everything that really bothered me, even the good and the bad and the ugly, I was dealing with a lot of anxiety. I mean, it took me years to get here. And to be honest, the peace that I have with God, I will never trade it for anything in the world. I pray about every single thing, the small, the big, the medium, the in between, the after, the before, the future, the now. I pray about every single thing. And it moved my life from just being a very anxious girl to a calm woman. Honestly, it really, really did. I have like a bonus tip here because actually it's just 4 points. But one thing that also changed my life was the fact that I stopped thinking about what people think about me. Right. I started thinking about myself. I started thinking, what do I think about myself? I'm doing content. What do I think about the content that I do? I think I spoke a bit about that, but this is a very huge part of our lives that people don't talk about. It brings you down a lot because you're like, oh, I want to do this, but my friends will laugh at me. Like I said, I think I've said it here before. Nobody knew I was going to, even the people in my house, they just knew I woke up one early morning around 6:30. There'll be 6 a.m. thereabouts, and I was standing in front of a phone. Like literally, nobody knew I was going to start a YouTube channel. Till today, I never sat any of my friends down to tell them that I'm starting YouTube channel, YouTube video. Nobody, right? And that came from the fact that I felt that if I had chose certain people, I would have been discouraged, right? So I just started, and I have power in it because I sit down here and film my videos, and I really sometimes I feel like, okay, this advice that I'm giving, if people watch it, people that I know watch it, we they think, see this small girl's giving advice, but it's just a thought. It comes to me and it goes, right? So I don't give a lot of power to the fact that people talk about me. Yes, they are going to talk, but that shouldn't stop you. That shouldn't make you shrink yourself. It shouldn't make you hide. Shine the way you want to shine without looking at other people's stars, without looking at the other stars and the way they are shining or what they will say about your own light. Shine bright. Very, very bright. So, guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you learned one or two. Please give me a thumbs up. Send this video to someone that you feel might need it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.